doing that. And I was wondering if you kind of give us the origin of the name Sylvester McCoy, because that is not your given birth name.
No, my real name is Percy James Patrick Kent-Smith. At the age of 11, I thought my real name was Kent Smith. I was very happy with that, really. But then one day at school they said, you must go home and find out if you've got any middle names, because you're going up to the next stage in your education, and we need to know if you've got any middle names. So I went home thinking, and asked if I had any middle names. And I was told, my folks told me the real truth. And then when I came back the next day, people stood up and said their middle names. I come from Scotland, and we had Donald MacDonald. He was, you know, and he stood up and said his middle name was Donald MacDonald. So they were very imaginative people. I stood up and cried because I'd been told that Kent Smith was no longer existed, but Percy James Patrick Kent-Smith did. And I just wept. I couldn't tell anybody I had a name like that. So I had to go and sneak out and whisper to the teacher what my real name was and make a promise never to tell anyone. Because, I mean, playgrounds are the killing fields, as you know. And if they found out those names, I would have been, you know, I would have had a hard time. So, I mean, because Percy is a very English name, and I've come from the Highlands of Scotland, and, you know, there's parts of Scotland where they're not all that fond of the English. And that's one of them. And so Percy, a very English name, but also Percy, the family called Percy, Henry Percy, they used to invade Scotland regularly. You know, in Shakespeare, Henry V, Henry IV, and all that, Henry Percy is talked about. So that was not a good name to have. Also, it was double-barreled. That was terribly posh. You know, they thought that was very English. So altogether, I was cursed by my name. But, so, when I came to become an actor many years later, I called myself Kent Smith again, but I was doing this show, and it was called An Evening with Sylvester McCoy, the Human Bomb. Now, it was a show that you couldn't do now, because of what people do with bombs now, but I used to explode bombs in my chest, set light to my head, and blow fire, if the audience behaved themselves. The character was called Sylvester McCoy, or Sylvester McCoy, and it was based on a song, Sylvester. It's a First World War song from America. It's about when the black Americans came across the First World War, and one of them, this song was about him. Have you heard about the big strong man who lives in a caravan? Have you heard about the Jeffrey Johnson fight? When that great black American beat the white? You can bring all the heavyweights you got, 'cause we got a little man to beat the lot. He plays the organ in the belfry, and he wants to fight Jack Dempsey. That's my brother, Sylvester. What's he got? He's got a row of 40 medals on his chest, big chest. Explode all the Arctic in his vest. He knows no rest. Big of the arm, strong on the punch, hellfire, son of a gun. Don't push, just shout. Plenty of them for thee and me. He's got an arm as big as a leg, a lady's leg, and a punch like this is a battleship, big ship. It takes all the army and the navy to put the wind up. Sylvester. That's where Sylvester came from. It became Sylvester later because I was playing Stan Laurel, and Stan Laurel had, you know, a long career before he became famous, and he struggled, and he was working in America for 8 years before he made it, and his girlfriend from Australia, she once looked at his name, and Stan Laurel was 13 letters. She said, I don't think you should have 13 letters, that's not lucky. So they said, well, what do we do? He said, well, no, it wasn't, it was Stan Jefferson, that was his name, Stan Jefferson. And they said, they were living in Laurel Canyon, I think. So anyway, whatever it was, they changed it to Stan Laurel, and then suddenly he became hugely famous. So I was playing him, and I thought, Sylvester McCoy, and I looked at it, counted up the letters, and there were 13 letters. So sometimes people got, you know, thought I was Sylvester, sometimes it was Sylvester. No one could make up their mind. So I decided to make it 14. But I didn't end up with Stan Laurel's career. But I'm still here. But anyway, McCoy comes from a joke, a really terrible joke, really. It's not PC, it's just not a PC joke. So,
tell it anyway.
I don't think I should tell it to you, should I?
Don't have to go.
I agree, exactly. Anyway, it was the recruiting officer for the army. There was a sergeant major, and he was new intake, and they came up to him and said, "Yes, what did you do in City Street?" And he said, "I'm a cocksucker." He said, "I beg your pardon." And he said, "I'm a cocksucker." What did you say? Well, you see, I soak cork. And then he said, "I'm a cocksucker." Oh, he said, "A cocksucker." Oh, I see. Oh, well, you can join the army. Then this guy came along and he said, "Oh, what do you do in City Street?" He said, "I'm a cocksucker." I beg your pardon? I'm a cocksucker. A what? He said, "Yes, I get coke and I soak it and bag it. And there's I soak the coke." Oh, cocksucker. Oh, a cocksucker. Right. Okay, join up the army. The third one comes in and said, "What are you?" I said, "A cocksucker." What? A what? He said, "Yes, I work at a drapery and I get cardboard box and I put it in the socks. So I stuff the socks. Sock tucker. Oh, a sock tucker. I thought he said something else. He said, "Okay, you could join the army." And the fourth one come along and said, "I'm the real McCoy."